morning, fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. Unforgettable days. We all have unforgettable days. Our birthdays, our wedding days, the days that you got divorced. Those are unforgettable days. Most of us in here have children. The birth of your child. Everybody remembers their kids' birthdays. Those are unforgettable days. We remember historic days, like the day Michael Jackson passed away. Who doesn't remember the day Michael Jackson passed away? That was a memorable day. Someone in the past, but not that long ago, was September 11th. Who in here does not remember exactly what you were doing on September 11th, 2001? I'm sure everybody knows exactly what you were doing, where you were at, and who you were with. Bill and his wife Barbara on a cruise down to Mexico. I had just left the West Palm Beach Billing Department. I remember driving on 95 southbound, listening to 610 WIOD, when I heard on the radio that there had been an attack. The planes had been flown into the building. Little did I know that our lives would forever be changed by the actions of a few radical religious nuts. Muslims. Muslims that believe that they know how we should live, love, and practice our own personal religious beliefs. They are so much smarter than us, so much more enlightened, this peaceful, loving religion called Islam. So often a small group of individuals fueled by hatred for others can try to change a nation and try to change a world. But we are not going to allow that to happen. And by we, I mean sane people. People who want to live free. People who want to raise their children in the way they want to raise their children, practicing their own religious beliefs. We remember that unforgettable day for what it was, an attack on innocence, our innocence, that of the United States and the American people. But I remember another day as an unforgettable day, a day that innocence was lost, and that was on October 23rd, 1983, today, on a peaceful mission for the UN. The night before had been unbearably hot. Sweat and fear soaked all of our clothing, leaving it stuck to our skin, adding more weight to our already overburdened bodies. We're expecting an unbelievable attack. Bayonets were sharpened, face paint was applied, magazines were loaded, and all of our weapons were checked and rechecked. The night wore on, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30 in the morning, and nothing happened. The attack of overwhelming odds we had prepared for from the intelligence we received never happened. The excitement slowly left the air to be filled with doubt and exhaustion. The intelligence was close, but not perfect. The attack had come another way. Slowly on the horizon, the sky turned from dark to gray, then to a beautiful, rich blue. The sun was emerging on the skyline, awakening a sleepy city for another hot, long, unforgettable day. The truck came seemingly out of nowhere, turning down a side street and accelerating to full speed, headed right for the front gate of the Marine Barracks. The guards on duty never had a chance. Their weapons weren't even loaded. At 6:23 a.m. on October 23rd, the largest non-nuclear explosion since World War II murdered more than 230 Marines and the sailors who fought with them. All men of the 1st Battalion, 8th Marines, 24th Marine Amphibious Unit, Beirut, Lebanon. After getting back up on my feet, because the force of the explosion had knocked me to the ground, then 20-year-old non-commissioned officer Corporal Thomas started his most unbelievable day. That day went by like a flash. I saw things that I never, ever will forget. The smell that was in the air, the sounds and the screaming and yelling were things I still hear to this day. 14 hours straight digging through that pile, pulling out the bodies of my comrades and my friends is an unforgettable day that I will not forget. The first thing I did when I left that pile that day was go back, sit on my sleeping bag, and cry. The next thing I did was sit down and write a long letter to my brother explaining everything that happened and what I had seen. Bill kept every letter I ever mailed to him. The second thing I did was call my mom and let her know I was all right because she had expected the worst. Knowing me, I wasn't hanging back. That's for sure. Not a day goes by that I don't think about that day and all my friends that had perished, all the innocence that was lost. You see, fellow Toastmasters, every day, every year on October 23rd, today, I think and remember, what an unforgettable day. Mr. Toastmaster.